This is Audrey, and she's 46 years old, and Audrey has really lost predominantly her entire malar, which is the apple of the cheek, and it's created kind of a heaviness to the nasolabial fold, and it's making her eyes look a little tired even though she's not, huh? And so you can see right here that volume loss, and then on this side. So we're going to be using some Restylane Define, and we're going to get that restored for her. And we're also going to be using disc support in between her eyebrows, her forehead. So we're going to be starting first. I'm going to be doing a little cheek restoration using Restylane Define. And Audrey, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And here's a poke. And we're going to be using a total of 1.5 syringes per side. You might hear that little kind of entry, that gurgle sound in the beginning. Really nice. You're going to just see instantly how this just plumps up the face, softens under the eyes, even though I don't really have to go under the eyes too much. Helps to support the nasolabial fold, gives back that beautiful apple of the cheek, and we tie it into the beautiful cheekbone. Okay, good. Alright, let's do a little massaging there. So when we get that heavy volume loss right there, it disconnects this skin right here from the cheekbone and makes that fold more prominent. So the mistake that people make is that they think they need filler around the mouth here, and when you put filler in the mouth here, when you actually need it here, you can quickly kind of augment the mouth here and making it kind of push out the wrong way. Kind of, I describe it like a simian, like monkey mouth. And so that happens a lot when people get fillers in the wrong place. So by restoring this apple of the cheek, here's a poke, it's going to help hold up that nasolabial fold, and she's not even going to need to have anything around the mouth because your mouth looks really super youthful. There's no volume loss. It's gorgeous. There you go. How are you doing?
Great. It's good.
Yeah, so Audrey's got numbing in there, and that really helps. And again, all these fillers these days have lidocaine in them, which makes a big difference in terms of pain. Good. And I'm putting in these layers, filling in the holes, and I can feel it when I'm injecting. I can feel the holes because it actually will be less resistance against the needle. And then I also visually am looking at the area. And then when I can feel the remaining, so right here I can feel that I still have a hole there that I need to go in and put some restoration. Right there. Right, here's a poke. And because she really needs this volume, it is literally just sucking it in, the skin. It's like, give me some volume. Go. And I like to bring it up and back. First 2 to 4 days you'll have the swelling, and then it'll take about 3 weeks to yield final results. And but within the next couple of days, as the swelling goes down, she'll start to see things kind of come together. I'm real patient with fillers. It doesn't, could I inject within the 3 weeks? Sure, but it's about taking the time and being patient with it and making sure that it's the right amount for the patient and that we're just not overdoing it. I never have to want to use, like a hyaluronidase or something like that because it's been overdone. So my entire career I've never used hyaluronidase, and I don't plan on starting anytime soon. So the best thing to do with fillers is make sure it's enough and taking the time to layer it slowly. So I often talk about the cake versus the frosting. All right. And I'm just molding this, softening down those edges, pulling that back. And people often go, what am I doing here? It's not that I'm really massaging the area. I'm checking for holes. I'm checking to make sure that that filler feels real even in there, and feeling across that malar fat pad right there and seeing how that connects with that cheekbone. So just like that, what a beautiful difference between her right side and her left side. Let me take a look. Amazing. Here, obviously we haven't done it. And you can see that that is depressed there, disconnected from here to her cheekbone. And then here we've got a restoration. 1.5 syringes on this side. And literally, Audrey, it just sucked it in. It was like craving it. Okay, so before I move on to the other side, I'm going to do her disport. And in the forehead, I am using a total of 24 units. Here's a little poke. Poke. Go, poke. And between, Botox, Dysport, Xeomin, they're basically all going to be doing the same thing. And I say, try them all. Maybe one company will have a rebate while the other one won't, and that'd be a good time to try one of the competitors. But for me personally, I use them all. Alright. So what I do in the forehead is just little pepper pokes, each one just a few units of the Dysport, and that gives a nice even result in the end. Okay. Now we're going to do in between her eyebrows, and this will be a total of 66 units in between. And these numbers, we came up with these numbers because I've been doing her treatments for a while, and that's how I know what works best for her. Good. And poke. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to start on Audrey's left side here, and you can see this is where she needs that volume restoration. This side's been done. It has a little bit of swelling, it's a little pink. She's got a little bit of poke marks from the Dysport we did, but all in all your skin's tolerating it really well. So again, here we're going to go, and 1.5 syringe of Restylane Define. And I've been using a lot of the Define because it gives me some good structure without a lot of excess kind of pulling of water. So it will attract water. It's like a little sponge, but not too much. So I use a lot of Define for my restorations of the malar. Good. And you get good longevity. The Restylane products are really forgiving products. Love regular Restylane under the eyes. And you've got some good thick tissue under here. It's just you get that loss between the two, between the fold and the cheekbones. And I'm just picking this up and back, supporting that nasolabial fold. And Audrey has a little bit of this natural fold, and that is okay to have that. Don't get confused because you have that thinking you need to fill that all in, because she doesn't. do this final half a syringe. Here's a poke. And filling in this remaining gap here. There's a hole. So filling where the holes are, whether it be the resistance on my needle or visually, or by me feeling the area and feeling where that remaining holes may be. But ultimately taking that and tying it back into that gorgeous cheekbone, trying to make that seamless, holding up the nasolabial fold, giving that vertical up and back lift. So this is Audrey. This is 3 weeks later on her final results on a cheek restoration. Oh, Audrey, you look absolutely beautiful. So, good job.